Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm Jeannie with Makers Unify, and this is our Makers Meetup for today. I go live every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and just going to sit here and craft, and you can join me and craft with whatever you're currently working on. And hold on 2 seconds, I need to turn the volume down on this one here. There we go. So yeah, just every Wednesday I'm live, just crafting, chatting with you. Let me know in the comments that you're here. Say hi. Let me know where you're coming in from, your part of the world, what craft project you're possibly working on, or did you just stop by to see what I'm all about and what I'm doing? So today I am going to work on some jars. So this is an old candle jar, and I had already put the IOD flour on here. This is a clay flour I used for the IOD molds. So this is already glued on and dried, and I'm going to paint that. And then the jar itself, I had frosted it. You just use Elmer's glue or glue. You water it down a little bit and you paint it and you let it dry, and it gives kind of that frosty look. And what I'm going to be doing is I have these fairy decals, or what do you call them? It's from Redesign. They're just transfers, and I'm going to go ahead and decorate the jars with these. These are something fun to do for springtime. And again, I'm just using, this is an old candle holder or candle. Obviously, I took the candle out, but you can use all sorts of different jars. This is a jelly jar, another one I had already done, and this was a pickle jar. Nice big pickle jars are always nice. You can store herbs in here, um, seeds, snacks, whatever you want. This is a salsa jar. Not sure. I think this is, yeah, this is just like one of the, actually, I don't know what that is. That might have been a salsa jar. You can always use the bell jars. I use all sorts of jars all over. This is another salsa jar I use to hold my water for my paintbrushes, to clean my paintbrushes out in. So I'm going to use this candle, the one that I had for, that was a candle. And again, I'm going to do some decor transfers with these fairy decor, fairy transfers. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the camera down so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And again, and if you don't mind, in the comments, letting me know, I'm looking for my stool and it's gone. Letting me know what projects you're working on. You're stopping by, see what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is paint the top. So make sure I got everything angled well. I'll get I always keep you can use paper bags or whatever, but I always keep this handy. And I just tape it on the side of my work area or my crafting table, and just to keep it handy. So when I need it, I just set it down and it protects my surface. And then this is just a little, an old meat tray, cleaned off, of course. Of course, it's got dried paint all over it, but I'm not the best at cleaning those up, but that's all right. So I think I had some colors out. I have some oranges, like a beige, because I want to kind of match. I'm thinking I'm going to use this fairy. So let me take these out of here. So I kind of wanted to match the colors of her wings is what I'm thinking. But I want to check and make sure that it's not too big for this jar. So let me see. I honestly cannot tell you where I got these from either. I think I got them online somewhere. I'm not sure. So I wanted some fairy decals for another project. So I do believe I bought it online. So this is the one I'm thinking I want to put on the jar. These are really cute. And I like this one she's swinging. So these are really cute. You can put these on anything, furniture, other decor. So I wanted to make sure that this fits. And of course it's not. She's too big. So I can switch to the pickle jar. And I think that's probably what I'll do because I really want to use her. So the pickle jar should work. And I could put another coat of the glue on here. It's still going to be kind of, I mean, you don't have to use the whole thing. It's still going to be, she should be fine. I'll just have to make sure I angle it correctly so she fits on here good. Part of her wing might be a little nicked off, or I could just not have her feet totally in there, but I'll figure it out. So what I'm going to do first, though, again, is go ahead and paint the top, which this actually has a keyhole, I guess you could say. I'm not sure. That's another IOD mold that I used with air dry clay, and then I glue it on here and let it dry. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. And I'm going to, like I said, I kind of wanted to match the like the orangey brownish color of her wings. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the sides here. And I think I'm going to do like I don't know, beigey color, maybe throw in a little orange and see how that turns out. Set these aside. Let's do a little dab of orange there. Oh, I gotta get my paper towel. Already making a mess. I always keep the paper towel handy. If you're just jumping on, say hi. Let me know if you're working on any particular projects today. Any crafting projects. Let me find a paper. All right, so just gonna kind of play with the colors right now to see what color I want to paint this lid. I think I might need a little white on there. Let me grab my white. Thank you for joining me. If you're just jumping on, let me know in the comments what kind of crafting do you like to do? You like to do DIYs? You like to do thrift flips? Paper crafting? I enjoy it all. Gonna get into gardening soon because the weather's getting nice. I did the first lawn mow of the season yesterday, which was good because today we had some pretty heavy storms and it rained and thunderstormed. So I'm glad I got the lawn mowed. I think I kind of like that. And just checking for comments. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint the outside here. Like I said, I'm trying to match the kind of the color of her wings, which I kind of matches a little bit for the outside here. And I'll have to get my handy dandy little heat gun set up because I'm too impatient to let anything air dry, of course. So I enjoy doing all sorts of crafts. Let me pull this camera a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Like I said, DIYs, and I like to work with wood. This summer, I'm hoping to get our barn set up so that I can do more wood projects. Plus, I want to build some raised garden beds out of like 2x4s and what's that called? The metal galvanized steel, kind of like a metal roof. You know what a metal roof is made out of? I want to use that for like the sides of the raised garden beds. So I'm excited to work on that this summer because that project's been in the back of my mind for a while to do. We have a few acres on our property, and it would be, I want to make like a little, um, put a she shed back there, a shed back there I have, but I kind of have a feeling it's going to fall apart, so I might have to just rebuild it. But surrounded by some raised beds and keep the deer out and other animals. So I've been wanting to do that for a while. So I'm hopeful that I will get that started this summer, this spring and summer. If you're just jumping on, say hi in the comments. Let me know what kind of crafting projects you like to work on. Again, I'm going to be doing some bottle decor. I have a pickle jar that I have frosted. You just use like glue, water it down, and just paint it on, and it frosts your jar. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining. And I'm going to put a little fairy transfer on that. So let me get my heat gun to dry that lid. Plug that in. You working on any projects tonight, Mary, or? Should be good. No, you're not working anything yet. Do you guys have the thunderstorm in your neck of the woods? We just had it run through here probably like an hour or so ago. I'm not sure if it came from your way or. Alrighty. Need some more paint. I gotta remember the colors I used. I know I use it. A drop of orange and some white. You're crocheting granny squares to yarn bomb a portion of them. So fun. You had storms last night, yeah. I think we're under a warning all night. But luckily I got the lawn mowed in time. It's always the first couple of mows. It looks like a bad haircut. So things start filling in and getting greener. I have to do some more paint. I should have put more on here. I was thinking I would only paint the inside of the rim of the lid, but I'm going to do the whole thing. And I might just have enough paint, so I don't have to mix anymore. All right. All right, so now I want to figure out, so this is a keyhole. I don't know what colors I want to paint it. Kind of want it light. Maybe I'll do like a light yellow or something. And then go from there. I kind of want to match that. Like I like that yellow. Very soft yellow. Let's see if I can match that. I think I want a touch of pink. I'm gonna go with pink. I'm running out of pinks. Set that one on the side because I don't know how much I want to use yet. All right, let's see how this works out. Give me more white. If you're just jumping on, I'm decorating, doing some bottle art. So this is an old pickle jar. I covered it with watered down glue, and you let it dry and it makes it this frosty color. And then this was the lid, and I had already put on this clay topping. This is an IOD mold, and I used air dry clay. I glue it on, and then it has already dried. So that's the top of it. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this little fairy transfer on it. So just trying to figure out what colors I want to paint this keyhole to match the transfer a little bit. And I think this yellow is good. And then I can go over it and add some more depth to it and different colors. So let me know in the comments what kind of crafting you like to do. And is anyone else out there, do you save jars? I have so many jars that I collect them for different projects like this. In the Halloween, I like to make the apothecary bottles for decorating for Halloween. So I'm just trying to use them up and create other, use them for other projects. So these jars can be used for holding herbs or, seeds, nuts. You can use them in your pantry. I have one jar that I actually use. I put my ground coffee in. Other jars I use to hold things for like a simmer pot. Like you could put cinnamon sticks in there and like dried herbs. They're just fun to have around in the kitchen and they look pretty. All right, so I got the yellow. You can make a greenhouse out of all your jars. Let's see. Trying to mix it with the yellow and pink. See what I can come up with here. I should probably try this. So you really can't mess this up because you can always paint over it. So I'm really not sure what I'm doing here. But I just keep playing and experimenting with the colors. Got a little loose piece of clay on that one. So you're just jumping on. Let me know in the comments what kind of crafting do you like to do. I'm working on some jar projects right now, or a jar project. I'm an avid jar collector. Mary, are you on Facebook or YouTube? All right. You're on YouTube. Okay. I was just curious. I see people popping up on Facebook, but I haven't seen any comments yet. So if you're jumping on Facebook, let me know in the comments that you're here. Say hi. I'd love to give you a shout out. I'm working on a jar craft right now, decorating a jar, and so I'm painting the lid right now. Just kind of experimenting here. I almost want to put some pink on this, so I'm going to add some pink on here. I'm going to try it. I'm going to paint inside the lid first and see if I like it before I paint on the outside. See what colors I want to use. So I kind of like the pink and the yellow. So let me do a little bit of both. So I'm not sure. I don't know if I like that brown. It's a little dull, I guess. It's always fun to experiment with colors, and you can always redo it. You can just paint the whole thing white and start over again if I wanted to. As you can see, I'm pretty much painting over this beigey brown because, I don't know, it just seems a little dull. I might let a little bit of it peek through still. Throw some yellow in there. It's all fun and games. Fun to experiment when you're creating. You could always change it up or fix it or leave it. It's creator's choice, right? Trying to kind of create like a whimsical, kind of magical jar here. I'm going to be putting a fairy on the jar. Let's see that without the glare. So just kind of playing with that and see how it turns out. Can always go back and change it if I don't like it. Like I said, just creator's choice. However you want to paint something or create, it's up to you. It's your creation. Just trying to get through my jar stash, which would probably be impossible to do. I have 4 more sitting on my kitchen counter. I got to get the labels off of them. Alrighty. I'm almost done with this. I can always go back and change it up a little bit if I so desire. And dry it a little bit. If you're just jumping on, say hi. Let me know what crafting DIY, what do you like to do? Do you like paper crafting, woodworking, needlepoint, fabric craft, junk journals? I like doing it all. Although I'm not a crocheter, a knitter, or a sewer. All right, so set this paint aside for now. Keep that in case I want to make some changes to the lid. So the jar I had, again, painted with watered down glue to give it that frosted look. And I'm going to go ahead and put this fairy on there. I'm going to have to manipulate her a little bit because she's a little big for this jar. So I might have to clip her wing just a little bit. Just trimming off the excess here. I don't have my handy garbage bag. Oh, here we go. All right. So some of the glue, as you can see, is kind of chipped off, but that's okay. You can go ahead and you can go over it with another color or another coat. You could also go over it. You do this in a color. You would just add a couple of drops of your paint to your watered down glue and change the color of your frosting. So let's see. Now I want to put her on here. She's going to go like that, and I think her wing will not have to be clipped. So I like to start in the center, and then is it bad luck to clip a fairy's wings? Okay, I won't clip them. I'm going to start out in the center and work my way out. And hopefully this will transfer. It should. I mean, glass is, I think, should be easy enough to transfer this onto. Just has a couple of weird turns and like up here with her wing. My hand's blocking, you can't see what I'm doing. But basically, I'm just scraping this transfer down. This fairy transfer. I thought it would transfer a little easier, but I need something a little sharper. Now I have this little screwdriver. Okay, looks like it's going on. Nothing worse than lifting up your transfer and part of it's stuck. Still stuck. But I think this will work out good. If you're just jumping on, say hi in the comments. Let me know what crafting projects you like to work on, or what you're currently working on. And if you're interested, Makers Meetup is creating a Zoom membership where we would meet more face-to-face. Because obviously, as you probably know, on Zoom you could chat with each other and show each other your projects that you're working on. Maybe make a new friend or two, get inspiration and ideas on projects you're working on or want to work on. So that's it's called Makers Meetup. And you can join by going to makersunify.com/meetup. It's always nice to talk to other creatives, and if you're interested in joining our fun community. All right, I probably can lift this up, but I'm half afraid to try. I was worried that I'm going to end up peeling off something that, or a part not sticking. So we're going to be slow about this. I think it's working out okay. But I'm going to scrapey a little bit longer. A lot of times what happens is I accidentally lift the corner and then it starts to pop off and I realize, oh, it's good. You can also put a candle inside of this. That'll look cool. I'll have to try that. Yeah, that's sticking right there. Get a votive candle, or you can get like the battery candle. That would look cool. One that's on a timer. Then you can put the lid on and just, maybe I'll do that. All right, so far so good, except right there. Or you can get the timer. You can get tea lights on timers too. I love timered candles that are on a timer. Battery operated candles that are on a timer. So nice. Although half of mine, the batteries are dead. I got to go in and change them. All right, so far so good. Nice and slow. Don't want to rip off a toe. There we go. Cool. All right, I'm just gonna take my finger and just kind of make sure everything's down there smooth. Wing got nicked a little bit, but I think I can fix it. There we go. All fixed. All right. So that turned out cute. I'm going to put some other flowers and stuff on there that I have. So I have these flowers and let's see. So this is the lid. I think I like the lid. Let me put it on and see if. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I might put like I want it a little bit more shiny, so I'll put a coat of something on there to make it shiny. But I have I have a butterfly and some other flowers. So I think I will. I'm going to go ahead and put some of these on. I'll put the butterfly over here because she's kind of pointing that way. It's a big butterfly. Well, I guess she's a fairy, so she's supposed to be small, right? So the butterflies can be bigger than her. Or not bigger than her, but it's not really to scale. You'd think the butterfly would be smaller. She is a fairy. I'm going to put that right there. These will be fun for like a garden party outside. Like I said, you can put tea lights in it. Add a little whimsy to your outdoor decor. All right. Start lifting this one and see if it's on there good. Don't want to press down too hard. Gosh, I cracked this glass. I think I might hurt myself. All right. Okay, so far so good. And here we go. All right, see what else I can put on here. Put this flower down here. Oops. I'll have to get some more. I used this transfer. I should have brought it down. It's up in my kitchen. I took a little watering can and I put these some fairies on there, and it turned out really cute. Picked up the watering can at the thrift store. It's so easy to transform anything with transfers, I should say. Okay, let's see. Oopsie. So if you peel it off and a little bit is still stuck on there, it didn't transfer, then just put it back down and scrapey scrapey. There we go. And then just go over it with your finger, or you can go over it with the back of the transfer paper sticker thingy, plastic. Just kind of play around with it and figure out where you want to put things. I don't know if I'll ever get through my jar stash. And there we go. Let's see. I don't know, this flower just seems kind of big to me for some reason. So I'm going to cut out this one. Which is just like that one. I think I'll put it right there. If I would have thought about it, I would have put that one there and then the little one there, but that's okay. It's all good. If you're just jumping on, let me know in the comments what kind of crafting you like to do. I'm just doing some jar crafts right now, trying to get through my stash of jars. I like to collect all sorts of different jars to paint, put things in, use it for decor, storage. That's cute. I like that. And I think that's it for what I'm going to put on there, transfer on there. Now I want to I want to put something on top of that to make it a little bit not so dull, so a little shiny, gloss it up a little bit. I need to look and see over here in my paint stash what I have. I have a sealing wax. I have a sealing wax, but I don't really have any polyurethane down here. Oh, do I? No, I don't. So let me see what I have. Might have to just do a wax then. Yes, I do believe that's what I'll have to use. It's going to seal it up. It's kind of matte though. It's not going to make it shiny, but that's okay. So here's another example. This is a garlic jar, and I had a little bit of this clear. It's a clear satin acrylic sealing wax, and I just cut the label out and I put it on this jar because I wanted it in a smaller container. So another example of why you should save your jars. Hopefully I can open it. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to use that for the lid. Honestly, it still smells kind of garlicky. That's funny. So I'm going to use this. So this you just brush on and then you'll wipe it off. And this will just protect it. but you could also use like an acrylic polyurethane if you wanted to. Which would probably seal it a little bit better, especially if you're going to have it in the kitchen and it might get wet. Um, but this will do just for my purposes. It'll be fine. So you just kind of paint it on and then you just wipe it off. And again, that's a satin. So it's it's a better finish than it was. It was really matte. So this is a nice satiny finish. Gives it a little bit of a sheen. Oops. Got a little hair in there. Okay, another one. This one got a little fuzzy on it. You could also use like a microfiber cloth or whatever if you wanted, but a rag of some sort, like a non-fuzzy, dust-free rag, but paper towel works fine for me. Just wipe on, wipe off. I keep thinking today's Thursday. My days are so off. All right, I'm gonna dry that a little bit because I want to get the inside of the lid as well. That should be good. It's a little sticky still, but I just didn't want it too sticky. And then the inside of the lid, I was experimenting with my paint colors, and it's going to bother me, so I'm going to go ahead and finish painting the inside of the lid a little more. I was just experimenting with the colors and what I wanted to put on the outside, because this was brown, and I obviously ended up getting rid of a lot of the brown or beigey color that was on here. Just layered a couple of different colors. But that's the fun thing about creating. You just do what you want to do what you like, experiment. Doesn't turn out, paint over it, do a different color. Creator's choice. But I can't have a inside of a lid that's not fully painted. So even though nobody's going to see it, I'll see it. So I'm just going to do this real quick, dry it, and I will seal it with the sealing wax. Alrighty. Move that aside. And do some more wax on, wax off. And I'm going to dry, oh, there's a little bit in the corners here. Or the lip. So what I can also do, I'm going to see what this is done, so I don't need that anymore. I'm going to, I could put some other things in here, like I can put some lace around it. I don't want to cover her up though. And then if the top goes on, I would like to add some lace though or something. So let me see, I got my stash of lace here. And pull some things out and see what I can put on here. I always like this color, it's so pretty. It won't match that, but so I pick up some lace you can pick up at like a vintage store. Like an antique store. So I'm just trying to just go through and see what I got. I got all sorts of little, I got doilies. This all sorts of fun stuff here. Some more doilies. Don't mind me as I go through my stash here. Just different things. You can also get some things, you know, at the fabric store, and you could coffee stain them or tea stain them, and the dog is barking because he wants to go out. He doesn't think anybody's home. I've got some of this kind of ribbon. Oh, I know what I wanted to do is I wanted to put a key, like hang a key on here. That would be cool because this is a keyhole. So I want to hang a key on there. This is pretty with the flowers on it. So just kind of play around with what you want. I know I want something thin though, because if I put it around the rim, I don't want it dangling down in front of her, right? So you get to listen to me ramble on. So I think I will use something thinner. See, like this I picked up for $3 at the thrift store. Again, if I wanted, I could coffee stain some of it or all of it, whatever. Make it look a little more vintage. I love these little things. These are like from a kit that I picked up at the thrift store. So I just keep all sorts of little bits and pieces, and you never know when you're going to want them. These are really good for like junk journals. So let me think here. I almost want to use this or this or this. All right, I'll leave those out. And some of these. So I'll figure that out in a minute. I have to find a key though. I know I have them stashed here somewhere. You don't mind me looking through my stash of stuff. Not in here. Let me think. I know I had them. Thought they were in that one. Oh, I also have buttons. I love using buttons. Got a jar full of buttons I could use. I did turn my glue gun on, so that's good. Got twine. Whoops. I'm looking for keys. I have a bag of keys somewhere. I don't know why I always seem to have a hard time finding those. So I think I'd be able to find them easily. Don't mind me. Just looking for my keys. Let's see. Actually, there's a key in here if I get desperate. This is like the kit. This is another kit I bought. There's a bunch of stuff in it. But I know I don't know where it's at. I have gears. That's more like a steampunk though. We don't want to use those. I'm sure I'll find them at some point, but all right, I'm going to look in one more spot where I think they are. I should put a camera on me. You can walk around my studio with me to look for all my stuff. I think I put it with my junk journal stuff, but I don't know where exactly. I went to a like a scrapbooking event and packed up a bunch of stuff. I was making a junk journal. I kind of think it's with that, but I'm not positive. Unless I ran out, but all right, I'll have to use the one that's in that bag. So I know I'm not going to use those. I think I'm going to end up using the key out of here. What the heck happened here? It stuck to the bag. But I don't want it to be purple. Too bad these weren't like pink. I'm not using purple. So this is the key I want to use because it has the little lock. What do you call that? A lock? Keyhole? Keyhole. We have incense burning and it's blowing right in my face right now. All right, so I don't know. Although that would look pretty around the edge of the wouldn't that? That'd be nice. What do you think? Just glue it on the lid like that, and then it won't cover her up. Think that would look good? All right, let me trim that. Glue it on. I think I have my glue gun on. Let me see. Yeah, that'll look cute. If you're just jumping on, say hi in the comments. I am decorating I should leave that on. I am decorating a jar right now. And so I'm doing trying to figure out how I want to add some lace and other things to it. So I'm going to add this lace here. So I'm going to get my glue gun out. Do I want to glue it or glue gun or I think I'm going to use my other glue, my Fabri-Tac, because the glue gun, because this is metal, it might not stay on there very well. So this is this is my Fabri-Tac glue, and I stuck in the bottom of here because I haven't used it in so long. There's a whole big pile of glue down there. Usually it doesn't leak that bad, but this time it did. So I'm going to go ahead and start. This is kind of plugged up. I have to open this up and clean it out a bit. Sorry about that. Yeah. All the glue is pouring out. All right, give me a second. I gotta clean this tip out. We got a bunch of glue in there. I'm trying to think where my stool is. I have a stool that I keep under my crafting table because it's so tall, and I sit on a stool. And this is a smaller stool that I can put my feet on, and I don't know where it went. I don't know if I moved it or somebody else did. So if anybody in my family is watching right now and you took my stool, let me know. But I sometimes feel like I'm going to fall off this tall stool, unless my feet are resting on something. All right, I don't know if that did anything. Yeah. Toothpick. This is the whole part of crafting, right? You always run into. This is definitely a behind the scenes of DIY with me. If you're watching one of my videos, you would not see all this extra stuff trying to unglue my glue bottle. Which, with this one, I've done this before and I've just left it sit there and it didn't get all clogged up over time, but this one did, so I don't know what's going on. Usually it just doesn't leak. All right. Let's see. All right, somebody's got to talk to me in the comments. Let me know you're there. I feel like I'm talking to myself, which isn't unusual for me. I usually do. Just trying to get the glue on the bottom. Let it go down. I need to get some more Fabri-Tac. I'm out. I like to order it on Amazon because it's cheaper than getting it at the craft store. Plus, you get a bigger bottle. I'm going to try and get some of this glue off my fingers. All right. Come on. Sorry about that. This is taking forever. All right, I might just use the glue gun then. And hopefully it'll stay. Because sometimes if you use a glue gun on metal, it's not going to stay very well. It gets kind of goopy, but let's try it. So, I need to try to find the center of the back though. It's going to be like this. All right. Anybody watching any good shows lately? Kind of running out of things to watch in a way, I guess. I don't know. I can't really binge a whole lot because some of the things that I'm watching, I have to wait for the new episode to come out. I started watching, it's called Elsbeth. It's on Paramount, and she is an attorney. And if you've ever watched Monk, she's kind of sort of like a monk. Little unusual, but she figures out the crime. It's pretty funny. But it's Elsbeth. She says it's like Elizabeth with a lisp. Elsbeth. So that one's pretty cool. And I started watching Sugar on Apple. And what else am I watching? Crown Royal with Kristen Wiig. That one's pretty good. That one's on Apple as well. And of course, Rookie and 911, which are on Hulu. They're also on CBS, but we don't get our local stations. All right. Hopefully I'll be able to unscrew the lid if I want to put anything in here. I'm probably more than likely going to put like a battery-operated tea light in there. That'll be pretty. But yeah, and get the lid off. You just got to be careful putting it back on with the lace. So you don't get the lace all in there. Whoops, like I just did. So I want to add a key because there's a keyhole in here. So I want to add this key. I like grunged up keys, and I have some. I don't know whether I gotta find that stuff. I'm sure it's in a box somewhere. So I'm going to use probably some of this. And normally what I like to do is gather a few different things of, I guess for lack of a better word, ribbon, which is this is not ribbon. But gather a few different things, different colors, different textures, and just wrap it around the jar or whatever project it is. So I'm just going to sort through this pile of string, ribbon, figure out what I want. And then one of them I'm going to have to put the key on. So I like to hang it off to the side. So should we have the key over here? She's kind of pointing that way towards the butterfly. But if we put the key over here on this side, that will be kind of neat. Now I got to decide, do I want to tie it and then put the key on another thing? Or wrap it here and let it hang like that? or have it hang a little lower. I think I'm just going to put it on here. Because I don't want it to hang too low. So I'm just going to go ahead and, again, if I have to take the lid off, I will have to untie this. So you want to make it kind of easy. But like I said, I'm probably going to put like a battery operated candle in there or tea light. So once that's in there, I only have to change it when I need to change the, yeah, see, I want it to hang. I want to change my mind. I think this is what I'll do. Tie it here. Battery operated white Christmas lights. Yeah, that'd be cool. Little twinkle lights. I have battery operated twinkle lights, but they are not timed. They're on a timer, which I would like them on a timer so that obviously I don't have to turn them on. All right. So I have that there, and then I think I'm going to take one of these and just tie it on. Which one? I think this one maybe. I just take these two. Just tie it right like this. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm doing. Tie it like that. There we go. I'll do that. It's always fun getting to the end of a project because you can play around with it and tweak it to your liking. So there we go. What do you think? Back it up, turn it with the key. Hey, Tim. Oh, no, no power. That stinks. Luke was saying his friend that lives by you lost power. So that's cute. I like that. I'm going to have to get, I know I have, I do have some tea lights that are battery operated and on a timer. I just need to find them because I have a stash for Christmas. I'll have to find those, but what do you think? I think that turned out really cute. Something to do with your jars. Again, I ordered this transfer on Amazon. I just kind of looked up fairy transfers, but this one is by Redesign, which is a fairly popular brand. And this is a decor transfer, fairy flowers. Comes with several different fairies and other flowers. You know, some big, some small. This one's cute on the swing. So if you're interested in that, or obviously any other transfer that you would want to use. And internet. Oh, thanks, Tim. So thank you so much for joining me. I will be back here Wednesday at same time, 6:30. I'm here every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, if you're interested in joining us, we are starting a Zoom community meetup for Makers Meetup. And so you would go to, sorry, I had a thinking foggy brain. So you go to makersunified.com/meetup if you're interested in joining. So that way on Zoom, we could meet face to face, we can have conversations and show each other the projects that we're working on, just sit and chat and craft. And it's a great little community to make new friends and just to be with other creatives and have some fun. So thanks again for stopping by. and I will see you next week. Bye. Have a great day.